Hello, she says Monique Gomez, and I got Reina V for work, and Raza told me she just barely found a mechanic to fix the car. And the thing is, I've been calling her since 10 o'clock in the morning, Morn Queen. And yesterday, yes, Mama Vey, she came to me, rushing me, and to my house and told me, hurry up, hurry up. She goes, I need to get my car fixed. And I go, well, I have to go to work. Well, the car needs to get fixed. How are you gonna go to work? So she goes, can you take out a loan? And I go, yeah, I can take out a loan, I think, but I'm gonna need your car title. So she takes me to this loan company where they don't offer a car title. Like, she's trying to ruin my credit. And then I go, this isn't the place where there's a car title. You need a car title because I have the job credit. Well, and then she goes, well, I asked the lady from that loan company, and where's the loan company with a car title? She says, oh, they're across the street at that place, at the Texas place. So I went to this Texas loan place, and I went to go apply, and the credit's under my name. So could I have it? And then I go, Raza, you need your car title as collateral so that I can take out the $300 loan, because I just got this new job. So then Raza's like, well, I'm gonna go get it, and this and that. And then she started to make fun of me inside of the showing off in front of me inside of the place where there was these two young girls that were there, and she was like rushing me. I had just got out of the shower. I didn't paint my face that well, and I didn't even put on clothes that well. I just put on anything, and my face was not that fixed up. So she was just there like rushing me, like, hurry the fuck up, hurry up, you're taking forever and I have to get to work. She's yelling at me. And then I was like, I didn't even put on makeup. He goes, oh, you smell so good in the car. But when we got there to that place, the loan company with the title, she started talking shit. She goes, oh, you know what, you should have taken off in your bicycle, and maybe you would have been there by now if you would have taken off earlier. She goes, and I can just imagine you like the Wizard of Oz witch in your bicycle. Yeah, she did that in front of those ladies that were there, ladies at the loan company. And then I asked her, Raza, how are you getting money to pay off this loan, Raza, that you're making me take out to fix your car? She goes, you don't worry about it. It's none of your business. How I get my money is my business. And I'm like, wow. But yet she wants to be nosy when it comes to me earning my money, right? Right, Night? Then I called her this morning. I called her last night, as a matter of fact. I go, Raza, hurry up, Raza. Get the car fixed because I have to get to work. I called her last night. She goes, I'm calling the mechanic. I've been calling him all night long. Stop calling me. And I'm like, fine. So I hung up and I call her at about 10 o'clock in the morning, and the caller ID is on my phone. And I had to go to my bank to cash out the $300 check, and I gave her the $300 cash so that she can go fix the car so I can go to work. And then the thing is that this morning when I called her at 10, she's like, I'm at the doctor's office. I go, what? Raza, you can choose to go to the doctor's office any other day, but you gotta do it on the day I have to go to work. And then she goes, well, I have to be there because I have to go, and I don't have no obligation to you. She yelled at me like that. And somebody's here. Like, I hear the dogs barking out of nowhere. And then I'm like, obligation. And I have an obligation to be rushed in my life and put my credit over $300 so you can fix your car. And then I had called her again and again, like, Raza, hurry up. And like maybe an hour later, I call her again. An hour later, I call her again. And then I said, Raza, hurry up. And like an hour later, she's still at the doctor's office. Like, and then another hour later, she's still at the doctor's office. And then she finally comes into town. She's like, I haven't got a hold of the mechanic. I can't find him anywhere. I'm looking everywhere for him. An hour later. So I'm like, Raza, you know I have to be at work. Why are you doing this? You said you were going to fix it immediately. Because she goes, I'll fix it immediately. And no, it's nothing. She goes, I go, how fast is it going to take, Raza, to get this car fixed? Oh, it takes under 20 minutes and the part's easy and I just go buy the part and they'll fix it up quick. Just to get money out of me, the bitch. Yeah. And then now she's telling me later, after hours of trying to get a hold of her. And then I had asked her, because my employer tells me, well, you need to find a ride, at least somebody to drop you off over here to work. And I go, well, Raza, do you know anybody that can take me over there to the job? And then she goes, no, I don't know anybody. But yet, I go, when at about 10 o'clock, I go, how did you get over there to Harlingen? You're in Harlingen? Yes, I'm in Harlingen. She goes, and I go, how are you in Harlingen if you can't drive over there? You didn't even let me drive over there to work. I got a ride from Vivian. And I'm like, they could have dropped me off at my job site over there that morning to be, but she was thinking about herself again. Oh yeah. And then the thing is that she tells me she didn't have a ride yesterday. Well, yes, Mama Babe, we were at the loan company. While she was making fun of me and just talking a bunch of smack, she goes, I don't like the way you smile. I don't like the faces that you make. She goes, and don't call me Raza. I'm your mother. And I'm like, you know, and I stick up for myself and I said, you know what? To be called a mother, a mom, takes a lot more respect than that. I will never call her mother. I will always call her Raza. To me, that's who she always will be. She's lost that type of affection or any type of closeness to me in that way. And she will never gain it from me ever again with all the vicious attacks she's made over me over the years. Her scamming artist ways. And she knows, she's not stupid. She knows why I don't call her by mother. She's not gonna get that much out of me. Nobody intimidates me to call them. I call them what I want to call them, what I know they are. Anyway, Raza again. She's like talking shit while we're over there, and then she tells me that she didn't have a ride. And then she goes over there and she finds a ride for herself. And then I go, well, go ask Viviana. And then she goes, I just called Viviana. She goes, she doesn't want to give me no more rides. She doesn't want to do me no more favors. And I'm like, well, how am I going to get to work, Raza? I go, I need to get to my job. And then she goes, I don't know. Stop harassing me. Don't be calling me no more. Harassing her? What? She's the one that was harassing me, bothering me that she needed $300 of credit for my job credit to take out money to fix her car, and she says I'm harassing her? What a bitch. Oh yeah. And then on top of that, she goes, she hung up on me about 2 or 3 times today. Oh yeah. And then she goes, I'm busy right now. She goes, I'm with the mechanic. When the car's ready, I'll let you know. And then she hung up. I was like, wow. And then I'm like, I call my job, and I tell Miss Gonzalez what happened, and Officer Gonzalez tells me, she's a female, well, you're gonna have to call the employer, the supervisor, and let them know. I call a supervisor, Officer Torres, and he tells me, ma'am, you know, you can't be doing this. You gotta be reliable, and you're not reliable. He said something, I go, but it's not me. I want to go to work. I got dressed to go to work. I'm dressed right now. It's right now. And I told him, you know, but my mom just called me. Oh, and my mom did tell me, oh, they got the part, but they got it until 6 p.m. And I go, Rosa, that is not what you told me yesterday. You told me that it was going to happen just like that, under 20 minutes. And it's going to be fast. It's going to be fast. It's just 20 minutes. He's going to put on the part, and that's it. It's going to happen. And then now she goes, no, the mechanic said the part's not going to be here till 6 p.m. today. And I said, what? I go, Rosa, that's not what you told me. She goes, I know I didn't tell you that, but that's what he's changing his story to. So I'm like, oh. And when I talked to Officer Torres, I told him what had happened. I go, well, I'm not going to be able to go to work today because the mechanic tells my mom the part's not going to be there till 6 p.m. today. And he's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'll call you back later. And he goes, I'm in a meeting right now, and he goes, I need a reliable worker, and you're just not reliable. And then he said something about, he goes, I need a responsible worker, and I go, I can't help it. My mom's car broke down now. My truck broke down, you know, and the mechanics said they're going to fix it, and then they come out and say they're not going to fix it till 6 p.m. Out of nowhere, they tell me this. You know, I do want to work. He goes, I'll call you back later. I was like, wow. He goes, we're going to have to take you off the schedule. And then he goes, I told him, well, you know, I do want to go to work. I'm trying to get to work. I even called, and I told my mom to call people to take me over there. And, you know, it's just, he goes, well, he had said something about, well, we need you here to work and all this stuff. And he's in a meeting. He goes, I'm in a meeting. I'll call you back. So, I don't know. I think there's a lot of jealousy going on here. What I really think, Reina Ilya think, there's a lot of jealousy with this 40-hour-a-week job. And they're trying everything possible, using the mechanics, my evil mom, doing stuff, but at the same time, she's trying to help, but she's, you know, I can't explain it all perfect because it's not. It's far from it. But, I don't think she has good intentions. But at the same time, she tries to have good intentions. So, it's kind of like so-and-so, you know, on and off type thing. She tries to have good intentions, but then she doesn't, because she does this thing where she's trying to attack me with my reputation and swindle me or scam me at the same time the mechanic is, and then the mechanic scams her, and then it goes around in like a little circle, you know? Ma'am Curl and Karina. So there's something going on with that. And I don't know. She said when the car's renovated, she'll let me know. So I'm just sit screen share, wait screen for something good to happen out of all this bad things that have happened. So I'm frustrated. But what I know is that evil male activists, they like to frustrate us like this. They like to see how angry they can get us. They feed off of our anger. Anybody, from women to men. And they're just evil. They're evil. I don't trust a lot of people, male activists. They want to feed off of people's fears. Like, they send bad energies to feed off of your fears and your emotional behavior or your anger. To them, it's like they're motivating some type of criminology to their side. That's exactly what they're doing. They're playing a psychosis game. I don't trust them anyway. Chinas, and I know that what they're always up to. They want to make people cry. They want to make people feel bad about themselves. That's why they do the attacks that they do. Now, I've noticed. Because they want to feel like they're superior than others. They're more dominant than others. Well, with me, let me tell you, you fuck me over and you're gonna get fucked yourself. That's just how the game goes with me. And to get me to cry and to bow under your majesty, you know what? I would never wish it upon myself to be lower to your scumballness. It will never happen, shithole, evil witch, warlocks. Because I'm on to you. And you know what? Cutting me off and then trying to act more better and putting my reputation down by attacking my cars and stuff with all these scams. You know, I wouldn't doubt that they actually popped holes under my car, my truck, my van, everything that they could rip off from me. Because that's the type of thieves they are. You know how much YouTube videos I've come across with these mechanic scam artists? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Evil men attacking through these companies they have. And how are they still in business? You ask? I ask. I would like to know, why are they still in business scamming people? If they're scam artists, shouldn't they get rid of these people from our cities and towns and put the good people up forward, the good mechanics that are out there doing the right thing, and get rid of all these scam artists? You know, at the same time, I don't think a lot of investigations are getting through. And a lot could be through probably favoritism. Maybe they're favoring these local community law enforcements, you know, and like fixing their stuff right. Because their stuff's never having that many problems when they're just running all the time. They have specific people that they're favoritizing. And I've noticed. They fix their stuff. They're running out of nowhere. And then they have people like me that they think they can fuck over. They don't just think it, they have. You know, one time when my brand new car that I paid over $20,000 for, they were evil, chasing me around. Even a male border patrol agent came at my car and broke my windshield. I had to pay over $1,000 for that windshield. And you know what? I didn't even know they were going to charge me $1,000 to just fix a broken windshield that was one slice across my new windshield. I didn't know they were going to do that to me. When I had gone to go get my windshield fixed, I told them, yeah, just fix it. You know, I don't want to pay a lot, though. I hope it's not going to be expensive. No, it won't be expensive. Don't worry about it. We'll fix it. We had to put a new windshield. They came later to me and told me, we had to put a new windshield. This was in Harlingen. What I call Shark Queen Jenna. And we had to put a new windshield. So it came, the price, this is the price, and it's over $1,000. If you have the money to pay it, you can take off with your car right now. We'll give you the keys. If you don't have the money to pay for it, we'll just keep it here and you can go home walking. That's what they told me. And I was like, what? I just bought my car. Why are y'all doing this? Do y'all always get away with scamming people like this? It says, well, this is not a scam. We just fixed your car. We put a new windshield, that's all. And when I was working over there in Harlingen, I had gone in the highway one time. I don't know, these fucker mechanics are sneaky. I think they were listening in on my conversation on the phone. They knew I had money, trust fund, and everything. They can tell. They've been looking at the new cars and the new stuff you buy just by watching. Well, I came one night on the highway. There was this big ass log that was in front of me on my way through, but I had just been talking on the phone. I was working as a telemarketer at that time. I was talking out loud. My mom was on the phone. Mija, come over. I made you some rice, your favorite. And I said, well, I'll probably go over later and stop by the house. And be careful while you're on the road. Yeah, I'll be careful while I'm on the road. They're listening. Somebody around there is listening on the phone while I'm talking to my mom at the same time. He says, where are you coming from, my mom? I'm coming from Harlingen. I'll be over there in a bit. So they're listening to our conversation. Somebody that is a mechanic threw a big ass log on that highway, and I'm the one that went over it. I'm the one. I don't know. They're sneaky. They are. I happened to be, and it was there in the middle of the fucking rain at that exact same time I was gonna take off that way. So they had good timing on me to do all that, to target me, to get my rims broken and my tires busted at that same time that night. And they were probably hoping that I'd flip over. Who knows? They're evil men out there. They want to like corrupt and control society at their will. I don't trust a lot of male activists in this day and age. And so I was in my car, I was driving, and I went over this big log and went boom, boom! And I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I tried to swerve out of the way, and I went over the log. It was long and big in the highway. At the exact same time I was there. And, I'm thinking maybe these fuckers were following me when I was in the highway and then dumped the log there. Some maybe a few miles, maybe a little bit more miles in front of me, and they knew what path I would be on that highway because they were tag teaming me over there. And I just felt like there was something wrong that they were doing. And they were scamming me. And so I went over the logs and both of my rims shattered. Both of my brand new tires popped with that one log. So I had my car towed. I had to pay for the expensive tow fee into the dealership. They charged me over $2,000 just for 2 rims and 2 tires to be fixed again. Over $2,000 just for that. So you tell me, there's no scam artists, male activists? There are. And I don't know why they don't investigate this shit. They just put it on cold water like if it's nothing. While they're, and another thing is, and pushovers, and you know, they fuck up our vehicles trying to get the new young people in the jobs that we have, taking over our jobs. That's another thing I don't agree with. They've been doing this number to me, pushing me over so they can get the younger ones in my jobs too, I've noticed. Says, well, this and that, and there's always another excuse. If it's not auto repair, rain repair, it's always something else that they come up with to scoot us aside so they can claim the younger ones into our jobs. And what about all the older people that have been there forever? That they're there because they've been favored to be there. They believe in their Christian male activist faith. Yeah, most of them were always with the go dig strategy language. You can never shut them up every time you speak with them. They're like, OMG all the way. Their complete language was like that. And if you don't take notice, well then you must be stupid, because I took notice of all of that. I'm still waiting for me to get back to work, and I'm here and share, and I don't know, I can hear something going on out there Like, they're snooping in on my conversations and stuff. Come Mama Vaishonas. My little pup is barking in the background. And these fuckers are so sneaky, though. They do scams, and they do target us in such a way. So I just wanted to let y'all know that, you know, what's going on around here. And I'm a little frustrated, but I just know that it'll all work out eventually, and I will eventually get to work again. But right now it just does not look like a good time for me. The mechanic says, well, Roz's mechanic says, his name's John, and says that the car won't be fixed till later. And I don't know why Roz is saying that I'm harassing her. I don't harass that bitch. She's the one that took my $300. How the fuck am I harassing her? Out of nowhere, when she takes out money from my accounts, it's supposedly I'm harassing her now. It doesn't make sense. The way she talks doesn't make any sense. You know, she wants to curb everything to her side of the control. Like, it's me, I'm the chingona, I'm the big one, you're nobody. You know? I don't like that at all. And I know what she does best. She was doing that over there at the loan company with those girls. She's like, oh, I don't like the way you always make those ugly faces, and I don't like the way you stare, and this and that. And while she was sitting down, she was talking shit like that. I was like, where the fuck is my video camera so I can record this bitch? I need a hidden camera on my blouse so I can videotape this bitch when she's talking shit. Because she thinks that nobody's putting a watchful eye, watchful ear to whatever she's saying, and she's getting away with it. You know, it's that bad. So I'm just like, what a bitch. And then she's like, give me some water, I'm thirsty. And so I get her some water. I got her some water because I know she's filled up my 5-gallon jug when I've asked her to. Or like, she's come by with a car and she's lent me the car to go buy some stuff for my pets, my animals. So that's why I gave her some water. Because she's done me, she's done me good things where I don't see it as favoritism. I see it more like, you know what? I've helped you out, you're gonna help me out too. So, but harassing and all this other stupid language she's coming up with, then that shit's bogus. How the fuck did she start turning it into some type of incriminating shit of hers? But that's what she is. She's done this before, like where she tries to incriminate me with her evil words. And what about when she calls me? She's not harassing me. What about when she came over yesterday? Just yes, Mama Bay, knocking on my door, telling me that hurry the fuck up, I gotta get to work, I gotta fix my car now. Oh, what was that? That was not harassing me. It just doesn't, she doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Most of the shit is jargon that she says, and just bunch of stupid, over-exaggerated shit. Like harassing her, or she goes, I don't have no obligation to you. She starts talking like she's more important than me. I'm like, bitch, I brought you where you are today in this life. If it wasn't for me, you would be nowhere but rotting away over there with them other people. She used to be with nothing at all. Nothing. She was more poor than what she is today. And because I helped her out with my funds, my case, she was able to uplift herself and think she is better. And then from one day to the next, she's like, oh, I'm so perfect. Nobody's more perfect than me. I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm perfect. She had told me like that one time. And then the following day, she's like, I'm not perfect. I don't act like that around people. And I'm like, Raza, you just said the other day you were perfect. And now you're saying that you're not perfect? What are you, a two-sided, two-minded, manipulative bitch? What is this? Some type of chemical imbalance in your brain that you say one thing and then say another? What is going on with you? Why are you being a pathological liar? Or two-sided minded people, you know? It just, to me, a lot of stuff that she says doesn't make sense whatsoever. She says she's perfect one day and then the next day, I'm not perfect. But I'm perfect, but I'm not perfect. She doesn't know how to balance herself to a steady yes or no. She just wants to, like, bounce all over the place, where she's perfect one day and then she says she's not perfect the next. You know? I'm like, Raza, there's something wrong with you, because why would you talk like that? Say you're perfect from one day to the next and then say you're not the next day. And then she goes, I've never, the second time that she said that she wasn't perfect, because I've never said I'm perfect. I've never been that type of people. And then the other day she's like, I'm so perfect, nobody will ever be more perfect than me. Yeah. That's Raza. So she likes to jump her story around, you know, and I catch on to that. And I'm careful with her now more these days, because she uses it as an attack strategy to target my reputation, and to fulfill the needs of these fucking sick perverts around here, that can laugh at me or put me to shame with her target strategies too. So, like the time when she said I scratched her arm with my key, and then said she was gonna tell the officers that I attacked her when I didn't. Because I'm gonna make sure you rot in prison, bitch. Or the times that she said that she's gonna have my brother murder me. Yeah, there were times like that where she did, and I had to make several police cases on her. And why she would talk like that, there's probably most likely my most biggest idea would be that she's paranoid, and that she's has a chemical imbalance in the brain. There's something wrong with her mentally. I believe it. You know, one time I had sent her to get evaluated, psychological evaluation. You know what she did to me that same week? She turned around. I spoke with a Judge Cantu, and she spoke with a Judge Solis here in town. And I had her mentally evaluated. And they took her to the hospital, and they checked her out. And that same week, she got pissed off because I did that to her. You know what she did? She went to Judge Solis in town, and then she had me mentally evaluated. And they took me, they handcuffed, the police came over, they handcuffed me, and they took me to the hospital to get me checked. After I had got her checked, and she passed the test, and then she's like, this bitch ain't gonna pass the test. I'm gonna make sure that bitch rots in a mental institute or rots in prison. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna ruin her. I'm gonna ruin this bitch. And then she would swear a bunch of poverty on me. Like, she hates me a lot. Like, you wouldn't believe. She's talking with me right now. She hates me. But she's talking with me right now because, you know, I got out $300 loan credit of it to fix the car. But not because she likes me. She has always had an evil vendetta against me. Jealous one. Since I was a little girl. And, that's what type of, it's a money envy. I won a case. I was wealthy when I was younger, and she used that against me to provoke a lot of attacks and attention to my side, telling public people, go fuck her over, you know, she has money. You know, she would publicize it to all her friends, and she has a lot of friends, more friends than I don't, locally anyway. And, yeah, I don't trust her all entirely, and no. And she's done a lot of sneaky stuff, attacks, and when I went to go get mentally evaluated at the hospital, when they forced handcuffs upon me through her talking with a local judge the second time around, I passed the evaluation, and I got sent home. When I came home, she started to fight with me more. And she was threatening to leave me in poverty, leave me homeless. There's a lot of attacks she did upon me. That's why I say there's something wrong with her mentally. Mentally, there's something wrong with her. And all the fines that she actually forced out of me through the police with her false incriminations. Police laughing about it like, she has to pay bail bonds, she has to pay expensive fees, and she's always wasting her money with us, and her mom's always bringing her in, and it's just a bunch of Macarena. Mockery, they call it, but I call it Macarena. Just like my sweet 15th birthday, or was it my sweet 16, when they did the Macarena dance, and I never put two and two together like the puzzles, but that later made symbolism in my life in a mockery way, and it sounded Spanish for Macarena, but when you put it into symbolism later in life, it showed something more into the future, and like there was writings there that were in front of my face that I could see later on. So I look into stuff like that too, like superstitious or like symbolisms. But I don't know, I don't trust these people. Not only her has tried to incriminate me or put attacks of other strategies, mental attacks, or like it's been her and a group of people always trying to attack me. And I don't trust these people at all. They're malactivists to me. They're evil to me. And a lot of them have always, like, done things. Mechanics ripping me off. And then they work in little groups of different strategies to target the wealth of someone they don't like. And then they use her, too. She did it upon herself, though, because she was jealous of me. She still is jealous of me. And nothing's gonna change. But, I don't know, I'm still waiting here, and, it's so messed up is that no matter how much shit that bitch has put me through, and I've had to call the judge upon her because she has attacked me before. When I was a child, she busted my top and bottom lip. Though you know what the police did here? They photographed it, and then they asked me if I wanted to press charges. I said, I don't know what that is. I was a little girl. I think I was about 3 years old. And then I said, I don't know what that is, and they could have taken it upon themselves to arrest her and put her in jail for 6 months for attacking me, battery, but they didn't do shit to her. She stabbed her ex-husband on the back with a knife, and they still didn't do nothing to her. They favored her, they hid everything, she blackmailed them. She had told me one day, she goes, you know why they didn't arrest me that time when I stabbed your stepfather? She told me. And I go, why? And she goes, because I told that investigator that I was selling his wife stolen clothes, and if he arrested me, I was gonna have his wife put in jail too, and ruin his reputation. That's why they let me go. I go, well, so you blackmailed the investigator in town so you can get away with stabbing my stepfather? And she's like, yeah. You gotta learn how to outsmart these people. And then I was like, wow. She's evil. I don't believe she's all that. The way she tries to make herself sound like she's a holy roly Christian faith, that she's all perfect and shit. You know, when I was younger, she used to read the tarot cards to me. And that's how I learned how to do tarot cards, through her. And she used to practice on voodoo sticks from the trees and do witch cleanings. And like whenever somebody is like witchcrafted, she would cleanse them and get all the evil stuff off of them. She would do those things. She also said, if you want somebody killed, I'm a bad witch. She had told one of our friends one time, she goes, and I can have them killed for you through magic. And I was like, what the fuck are you saying, Raza? Are you talking stupid or what? Why are you talking like that? She goes, because I can. I'm a badass witch. She goes, I'm a big witch that has a lot of power. Nobody's gonna find out. You don't go tell no one. It's my secret. She threatened me. She told me it was her secret. And she goes, like later on, after that, and I confronted her. Remember the time when you told me you were a badass witch, you can have anybody killed with your magic? Don't be lying! I did not ever tell you that! You're a fucking liar! Shut the fuck up! She like snapped at me and she told me like that, and then I was like, oh, wow. This bitch is something else. Why would she hide what she does? It doesn't make sense. And then she'll go to church and try to act like a churchgoer, and it just doesn't make sense. There's something wrong with her, I believe so. You know, if I do things like, if I read tarot cards, I'll post it on YouTube, and I'm like, you know, I'll do that, you know, and I'll fight against evil magics, and, you know, I'll post my stuff on YouTube with what I do. I don't have any fears of showing myself what, you know, I go onto those tarot apps and I read the tarot cards from my apps, and I fight. Yeah, I use the, what is it, the voodoo doll on the tarot cards, the game, and I'll post it on YouTube. I ain't afraid of anybody or what I do on my apps, what I believe, my faith, you know. But she's like, she likes to stay hidden, like secretized, and she'll go to church and she'll act like a follower, and she'll be like basing her gospel music like with bass sound from her car. I've heard her do that, and she was annoying me the other day with that. We got into it. But she is sneaky, but you know, I can still figure her out. Like, she's just tries to annoy me or something in ways that are imaginable. She knows how to sing on also. She do karaoke serenades to people on Mother's Day. She's dressed up as like those Christmas Santa Clauses, those malactivist Christmas Santa Clauses for those Christian folks. She's done that year after year. Get a little money on the side. She's had food fundraisers in town. She sells jewelry, like or like thrift store products. She does massages. She's done a lot of stuff. Nobody tells her anything because she's gotten a lot of people that to like favor her, like for selling these people those thrift shop jewelries and clothes, and you know, she's gained socialism with them, you know, so they don't do nothing to her at all. So I've noticed that too. And or she'll do like private sessions of massages to people, or she'll do like private tarot readings to people, or like witch cleanings, like of evil spirits to people. Like she cleanses people. She does different things on the side. And that's my mom. And what I don't call her mom, I call her Raza, because I know it upsets her, and she's upsetted me all these years. So I don't see why it would be wrong of me to call her Raza when she's upsetted me all these years, and she continues to upset me. I think it's a fair deal. Bill, when you upset me, be prepared to get upsetted back, front or whatever. You know, I'm the type of people, you don't fuck with me because something bad's gonna happen to you. You know, I don't even have to touch you, and I will get to you somehow. Be prepared for a big battle, because it will come your way, one way or another. The thing is, I'm a strong believer of the spiritual law. You know, there's a local law, and I believe in the spiritual law, where you do unto others as you shall have them do unto you. So, the thing is, I'm like the Punisher, for example. You're gonna fuck with me, I'm gonna punish you. You don't fuck with me, you don't get punished. It's as simple as that. You do me right, I do you right. You punish, you throw aims of sticks or stones or swords at me. Whatever it is that you want to pin me with, you will get all that shit returned to you and more. And it will, what's even worse with this, how I will punish you, is that I will make you think about this through your whole life and your family's life, and this will go on and haunt you forever. Don't think that, oh, it just sounds like another scary story. Maybe you might think that way until things start happening to you, and then you're gonna think about me and how you did me wrong. I'm a strong believer of Matagol faith, vegan Matagol, the compassionate one for animals. And yes, I donate to PETA every month, $7. I don't know how long that's gonna last. And then, like, I think I'm being targeted by my job. So, I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is that it doesn't look all that great. But I still am waiting to get the car fixed. But I believe that there will be situations dealt with. Not everything is going my way, as I'm waiting to get to work. My truck broke down, but I know it's not just bad energy. These evil men are doing things to change favoritism to her side, my mom's side, because she's gained that type of socialism through doing these little side jobs or whatever she does. But anyway, I will let y'all know and keep you updated on whatever else occurs. To me, if you have any comments, what I call co-women's, below, you can state them there. Tell me what you think, and I will reply, what they call reply, as soon as I see the state women's, co-women's. Matago bless, veggie bless, Prenatex, Yanifimals, teach people to be smart vegans. Wherever reina so great not for Matago, for allow queen us to be Matago of ourselves, and for that reina much reina the much universe. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Raza was telling me that she makes more money than me doing that care provider for the older folks. You know, I knew, and something whispered to me, that she was going to try to swindle me that way, to that care provider stuff, so that they can keep me there with the older folks. I know it's something to do with drawing me into the older people so they can sexually harass me somehow. But there was something that was telling me that they're going to try to do that. And sure enough, Raza tells me How come you don't come and work with us? With provider care? And no, thank you. You can come and work for us for security. How come you don't work for us? That's little pay. I wouldn't work for that. She told me. I wouldn't even waste my gas and time on that. Security is a little pay. And I go, what? So they're paying you more than me? And I go, Rosa, you just got the job. You don't know how long these old folks are gonna live. You know? I don't wish nothing terrible upon these old folks that have not done me anything wrong. Of course, because I do things the right way. But in reality, she tells me, you know, that this lady's sick and so, her own private situations at home. And then it doesn't sound good, like, but, you know, and then how long does she think she's gonna keep that job when these old people are dying? Right, Queen? You know, it just, it doesn't make any sense. When Rosa tells me that she's had such a good job. She just got a job. I've had security work over 4 years of my life. A stable security work. Over 4 years of my life, security. One that never dies. Guys, but to her, these older people are everything and more to her, and they never die. Well, I hope so. I hope that they will live as long as forever, but unfortunately, that never happens, and unfortunate events always occur, you know. It's just nothing I can do about it, nothing they can do about it. It's just how the horribleness of all of our ends of life, and even my life too, you know. I'm not gonna live forever either. They're not gonna live forever either. So I'm just saying what the reality is. Reality is that could happen. And she can lose her job too. You know? So it's just not good. So I don't know. I hope for the best though either way. I hope they live and I hope they stop getting sick, you know, but I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's all good either. Well, I'll sign off. Matukov loves y'all. Veggie bless. A woman of citizen.